Shooter, stay on the porch.
You show me your hands now! Stand up and walk towards us!
You know, he's a shooter, shoot him.
We gotta find cover first. We ain't no good if we ain't safe ourselves. Stand up! Stand up now! Stand up! Stand the fuck up! What are you doing, man?
Come over. I ain't gonna hurt you. I ain't gonna hurt nobody.
You got anything on you?
No, I ain't got nothing, man. Phone, that's it.
What's up, guys? Raging Jamasian. I want to thank you guys for coming back to the channel. Also, thank you for joining me for another news story. First off, I want to wish everybody a happy 4th of July from my family to yours. Let's keep it safe. Make sure we make it till tomorrow with all of our fingers intact. Yes, it is the 4th. Yes, it is a holiday, but the news doesn't take holidays. Today, we're going to be covering the crimes caused by 32-year-old Chad Doerman. On Thursday, June 15th of this year, 2023, Chad Doerman did the unthinkable. At around 3 to 4 p.m., an initial call came into the Claremont County Community Center from a woman who was screaming that her babies had been shot. A second call came in shortly thereafter from a passerby stating that she saw a female juvenile running down the street yelling that her father is killing everyone. When the police arrived to the address provided, 2 police officers exited their squad car to make a horrific discovery. On their way to the porch where Chad was sitting, they discovered 3 small bodies in the lawn. There was also a female there who had been shot in the hand. This is Chad's wife. Her injury was non-life-threatening. Unfortunately for the 3 boys, it was too late. The 3 victims were the 3 young sons of Chad and his wife, the female that was also on scene. 7-year-old Clayton Doerman, 4-year-old Hunter Doerman, and 3-year-old Chase Doerman. You hear how young these kids are? Here's a few pictures of the victims involved. Even though they have passed, please keep these souls in your hearts. They had their whole entire lives ahead of them, only to be cut short by their own father. Here's the piece of shit that committed these crimes. The girl running down the street stating that her dad was killing everyone was Alexis. That was Chad's stepdaughter. Fortunately, she managed to escape the violence. Now, did he just spare her life? Did he just not get to her? Did she run away on time? Maybe one day we'll find out, but nonetheless, she will forever be traumatized by the actions of her stepfather. When police noticed Doerman sitting on his porch when they exited their squad car, they began shouting demands, drew their weapons, and tried to establish cover. When they finally approached an uncompliant Doerman, he was calmly sitting there on his porch with a rifle right next to him. As he was taken into custody, he did not struggle or fight in any kind of way whatsoever. He started telling the officer that he was sober, that he wasn't trying to fight anybody, he's not gonna run away, and he doesn't want to hurt anybody. I think it's a little too fucking late for that. Cool as a fucking cucumber, like he didn't just execute his 3 young sons. In the meantime, the other officer tried to render aid to the 3 young victims that were on the lawn, but it was just way too late. On the body cam footage, you can actually hear the boys' mother sobbing, saying, "They're dead, aren't they? He took my life. They were so little." According to reports, Chad lined up his 3 sons and started shooting execution style. Also, according to reports, apparently one of the boys managed to start running, but then he was ultimately shot in the back by his own father, and then his father walked up to him and shot him in the head execution style in front of witnesses. In a nutshell, and according to reports, he hunted his son. It was also reported that one of the boys was actually ripped from his mother's arms and then shot in the head, right in front of her. He was taken into custody and arraigned the next day on 21 different charges. All 21 include murder, kidnapping, and felonious assault charges. Him and his team entered a plea of not guilty on all charges. His defense team was actually asking for a $75,000 bond, but he was ultimately slapped with a $20 million bond. But after that, he was ordered to be held without bond. Like, seriously? You guys almost debated letting a guy who just killed his 3 young sons execution style a possibility of bail? Our justice system is something else, I tell you, man. It just makes no goddamn sense. Chad's father was interviewed and basically just said he just snapped. There was nothing in his life going on anymore that he couldn't handle. I can't talk to him. They're not letting me talk to him, so I have no answers. He probably hid a bunch of stuff from me. Apparently, in 2010, Chad choked his father, but those charges were ultimately dropped. Chad's father actually denies the choking incident, stating that that's why the charges were dropped, because the story was false. I mean, your son just executed your 3 grandkids. I'm pretty sure he did a little choking back in the day. Dude obviously has a clear case of violence going on in that brain of his. A neighbor across the street was actually interviewed as well, and he stated that Chad was an asshole. He said he was angry every day, and there wasn't a day where he did not yell at his wife and kids. Not only in the house, but out in front, in public, just out in the open. He treated her like shit, he stated. He also said that now when he looks across the street, all he can see are those 3 little bodies in the lawn. The crimes committed by this piece of shit are 110% unfathomable. Tell me how you looked your 7-year-old, your 4-year-old, your 3-year-old in the face before you intentionally pull the trigger, killing them. The fear that they had to endure the moment that their lives were taken is unimaginable. His wife's life is completely destroyed. His stepdaughter will be traumatized for years and years to come. And the neighborhood and community will always remember that day that Chad executed his 3 young boys. It's absolutely unbelievable to me. Not one thing can occur in your life that should bring you to the point to where you shoot and execute your own children. In the head, for that matter, execution style. A GoFundMe has been started by the boys' aunt, and also there was a memorial and a celebration of life for the boys. The funeral was held Monday, June 26th, and all the attendees were asked to wear bright colors in remembrance of the boys. Me and my family's prayers and hearts go out to these 3 boys, their mother, and their sister, who now have to deal with this tragedy for the rest of their entire lives. 3 young lives lost in another senseless act of violence. We need to stop this shit. We need to stop it now. People are too quick nowadays to pull the trigger, whether it be a senseless act of violence, a road rage incident, or just a simple disagreement. We don't throw punches anymore. We're quick to pull out guns. So you guys already know that when the trial comes to, I'll definitely keep you guys updated on any highlights of the trial, any kind of new information that we may get from the trial that we haven't heard in the news. Basically just an update on what's going to happen to this asshole. I can guarantee you that he's not going to get out. I can guarantee you that he's not going to be found not guilty, because if he is, for some strange reason, this justice system is fucked up and things need to change. Okay guys, you already know what it is. I'm Raging Jermasian. I want to thank you guys for sticking through the story with me. Obviously, nobody likes to hear what was just presented to them, but if you happen to find this story interesting and informative, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you have not. If you have family members that are interested in true crime stories, food reviews, go ahead and share this video as well. Right after you guys hit that subscribe button, make sure you guys hit that notification bell as well. That way you guys can get notifications every time I post a new news story for you guys or a food review. And as always, I always like to know the people's opinions and comments, so please go ahead and drop a comment, start the conversation. Let me know what you think about this asshole. Let me know what you think about the crime that's currently going on. Let me know what you think about the situation that our planet is in. The violence nowadays is just unprecedented, and we need to stop it. So again, I want to thank you guys for coming back. Stay safe, stay positive. We're all humans out there. Please try to treat each other as such. Have a good, safe 4th of July. And believe me, there's nothing in your fucking life that can make you go as to where you execute your own kids. Keep it real. Nothing is that bad. Peace.